Oh. It's just the two of us, son.
That's right. Look, one of us got to do that.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Getaway podcast with Tony, Sean, and Jeff. I am Sean.
And I'm Jeff.
No Tony today. Not feeling well. He's a little under the weather. So we're going to jump in here and handle his business. Jeff?
Yes, sir.
What's the weather like there in Chicago?
It is now winter. Winter.
Ugh.
Nice and chilly. What's going on out there on that West Coast?
You know the deal. Sunshine and tacos, son.
Yeah.
All the time. Huh? Even in the quarantine.
Don't be bragging about. Look, don't be out there bragging about being in shorts and sandals.
We went. I got a hankering last night about. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. About what time was it, Mamacita? It was like 11:45 when I got the feeling. I was like, man, I need a burger. We've been playing video games all day. Yeah. Right? Watch football, play video games all day. And I was like, we had spaghetti for dinner. And I was just like, man, I need a burger. So I know that like everything out here closes early for whatever reason. So I know some places aren't open. I mean, like literally at 10 o'clock, I'll drive down the street and it's like a ghost town.
Wow.
Everything's shut down. So I Google and I'm like, who's open? In and Out, son. And they just put one like less than half a mile down the street. I went to In and Out, got me a double animal style. She got a just a regular cheeseburger animal style. They put the sauce on it. That's what makes it animal style. They got this special sauce.
What's animal style? All
right. They put this special sauce on it. And we got a small fry to share.
Yeah.
Hit the spot, dog. Because you know what it was? We were watching diners, drive-ins, and whatever it is.
And dives. Yeah.
Dives. My God, Jeff. I was like, what are they doing to me? Yeah. It was a roast beef sandwich with the au jus and then dipping it in the clam chowder. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I was struggling.
Guy make you want to go on a tour with him.
Ooh, it's like, a wonder he's not 300.
For like 2 episodes.
It's a wonder he's not 350 pounds.
Yeah, because he be smashing.
Dog.
Yeah, he don't take no little bites.
He wants all of everything you've put on that sandwich, dog. I watch him. He handles those sandwiches like a gangster. Yeah. He leans over the plate and takes the biggest bite. He wants every bit of vegetable that you put on, everything that you put on it. He wants to get it in a bite.
Yeah.
Stuff falling out the bottom of it. He's like, oh. And then he gives him a little bang. You did a good job, Chef. I was like,
yeah.
Jeff. And I was like, man, I need me a sandwich. Dude, he was tearing them sandwiches up.
I'm telling you, like I said, he make you want to go just like, let me just be in the co-pilot seat. Let me just ride with you so we can stop and eat.
Guy, I won't say a word. Guy, you can do all the talking.
I just want to be like.
Right. Hand me a napkin, son.
Like, what you think? Mm-hmm.
No. That's all you hear.
That's all you don't hear.
So we were 15 minutes into that show, and I look up at the clock. I was like, it's 11:45. Can I do a sandwich right now? I was like, yes. It's Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. I have the freedom to go get me a burger whenever I want.
That's right. You had that.
Is that bad? Right? Is that bad? Go get me a burger whenever I want, son. So by 12:30, we were back at the crib eating.
That's hilarious.
And we stayed up till about 1:30, watching TV, watching that show, and she got back on the game. We're addicted to that daggone game, dog.
Yeah.
And then we got off, went to sleep. That sandwich was so good, man. They crisp up the buns nice and crispy, and the big thick pickles on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look,
she says you need to get on the sticks. She said you need to get on the sticks and come play with us.
All right,
we had this discussion.
I know, man.
No. I was in defense. In your defense, I was on your side. I said, look. I said, Jeff chose this path in life. He decided to be the old dad at soccer practice and have kids later in life than the rest of us. You and another guy, JB. Yeah. Tony's in that group too, right? All y'all dudes running around with these young children? I said, Jeff doesn't have time. He does not have the bandwidth to sit down. He can't. Jeff, look, on our day off, because we don't go anywhere, that Xbox gets fired up and it's on all day. Now, what we've done now is we got a nice little thing that we do now is she'll play a game, I'll play a game. We just hand each other the stick. We don't play on both of them at the same time because we're watching TV. Right. So now you can watch the game. She's playing. It's my turn to play. I put the headphones on. I take the stick. I play my little 20 minutes of the game. I give it back to her. I'm back in the game watching my football game. But it's on all day. I said, Jeff does not have that. Jeff can't go and say, hey, babe, I'm going to the man cave. I'll be back in 6 hours.
Look, I'm working on it, though.
Are you?
I am. So,
tell me how
you see the room, right?
Yes.
I got the room. I got the room kind of going.
Yes.
I got my eye on the new TV. So the TV that I'm going to buy, I'm going to put up in the living room. And then the TV that's in the living room, I'm going to bring down here.
Okay.
And as soon as I can get my hands on my PS5, it's a wrap. So.
See, you'd have been better off going Xbox. You'd have had you one by now.
Yeah, well, I got the one. I got the Xbox upstairs, but
the new one?
I didn't get the new. No, I didn't do the new one. I just got the Xbox One.
Yeah,
whatever.
See, that's what we're playing on. The new one, we don't even play that much on that because it's on the TV that we watch.
Is that the one that looks like the cube or whatever, the big box, the little box?
Yep.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that you have the bandwidth. Like I said, you can't say, Aisha, babe, I'll be back in half a day. I'm gonna go play video games with Sean and Eva.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not happening.
That's not happening.
Between the girls and her, both the between the five of them.
Right.
Look, and then throw the dog in the mix.
I said that. The dog, he's got 4 kids. The dog, you think she's gonna let him do that? No,
it ain't happening.
Unless she she plays with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get her on the sticks. I was trying to download a couple of games today to try to
that's that quality time. Yeah,
ease her into it. Can't she keeps saying that she was a king of duck hunt back in the day.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, I can find you a shooter.
She listened to the podcast, Jeff?
She does every once in a while. I try to get her on.
Listen to this one. I challenge you to get on the sticks. Eva wants to play. She's like, it's a couples thing. We can play a couples thing. Huh?
All right, I'm gonna make sure she listens to this one.
And let me tell you something, man. There are female gamers out there, and they be killing us in the game.
Yeah.
And talking trash. Eva killed some person in the game, and it was some girl. Like, there's a split second when you make a kill in the game.
Yeah.
You can hear the person that you just killed for like a sentence, and it's got to be quick.
Yeah.
And the lady Eva made a kill the other day, and she was like, "F-U-B," and I was like, "Dang, calm down." But there's a lot of women that play.
Yeah.
Tell Aisha, come on.
All right, I'm gonna tell her.
Look, it's a great stress reliever. Come home and shoot people. and fire rockets and drop missiles. Yeah. Take your car and run them over. You can do all kind of stuff. It's a stress reliever.
You so silly, bro. That's funny.
The what? Demolition. The revolution. Oh yeah, that's that. No. This is more revolution than what those guys are doing in the Capitol. That fake revolution. Anywho, so we talked about Call of Duty video games getting you on the sticks. What else going on, man?
Man, nothing, man. We just trying to get ready. We had our first week back with our kids in the building, our pre-K babies in the building.
Oh yeah.
And,
how's that working out?
So far, so good. I think what we're going to end up seeing, like what we saw this week, was so we only had about 8 out of the 15 kids who opted in to come. Yeah. And had 7 or 8. No, I think we had all 8 the first day. And then I think by the end of the week, about 2 of them were no longer coming.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like one of those things. I think it was going to end up happening. It's just kind of the same thing. We've had a handful of families that opted in that would start on February.
Yeah.
Or February 1st when the rest of the school comes back. And we've already got emails. We're not coming. We're gonna change our role. We're gonna go back to remote. We don't want to come in the building. So I think it's gonna end up being the case where more and more as it goes on, we'll probably opt out, stay remote. But at the end of the day, all the adults will be back in the building. So we'll see how that all works out. But all in all, can't complain too much. Everything's been going all right.
Do educators get moved up? I think you guys are moved up higher on that vaccination list, right?
Supposedly. We're supposed to be in that next wave, I think. I've had a few friends who have that have posted, that they've taken the shot and everything. No ill effects from taking them. We'll see.
There's a guy on me and Tony's friends list. He was an attorney and he works in healthcare now. He's taken the vaccine. He's gotten the vaccination.
Yeah.
He said the first one wasn't bad. That second one, he was starting to feel a little something. I haven't heard anything else from him. Mm-hmm. I haven't heard any more complaints either. He's posted other stuff, but he said that second round kind of made him feel a little rough.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little stronger and activates some stuff and get you vaccinated.
Yeah. Well, from what it sounds like, we're not gonna have to worry about it too much, considering that most states don't have enough to get around.
Well, and that leads back to leadership.
Yeah. Because
what the report is now is that they're finding out that all that great supply that we had, it ain't there.
Yeah, we
were told just like this great, wonderful healthcare package that you're going to see it in a couple weeks. We were told that there was a big supply and we're going to get it out to the people right away. There's no supply. Another failure in leadership.
But speaking of that healthcare package that was coming out in 2 weeks, did we ever get it?
That's what I'm saying. It never came. We never saw it.
And he had everything in his advantage to get it done.
Once again, George Bush don't care about black people. Donald Trump don't care about any people. Even his own people. Even the people that he put in harm's way.
Even them. Correct.
He didn't care about them. Because he knows full well that they could have got down there to that Capitol building and got lit up.
Mm-hmm.
He don't care. And they out there doing it for him.
Yeah.
Supposedly. Now, you're still hearing all this stuff. People are fired up. But I'm starting to hear that, people are like, wait a minute. We're doing this and he ain't even in for us. He ain't down for us. They're asking for pardons. Someone asked him, they did, because they were following one of the attorneys. They were following his direction, and he should be giving them a pardon. And then I read another article where someone asked for a pardon who's already locked up. And he said, a pardon is going to cost you $2 million.
Oh, wow.
It got leaked.
Selling them.
Yeah, I got leaked. It's a money grab. It's all been a money grab the whole time.
But, I can recall, let me think. Here in Illinois, we had a situation with President Obama.
Uh-huh.
His Senate seat came open.
Uh-huh.
And we had a governor at the time who was taking
Blagdanovic. What's his name?
Blagojevich. Yeah. So, and he was on record basically trying to sell the Senate seat. And he did federal time.
Right.
Oh, but guess who commuted his sentence?
Who?
Oh, let's see.
Donald
Somebody who occupies
J.
number 45.
Trump.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, and here he is offering to sell pardons, huh?
$2 million, dog.
Something about that's got to be illegal.
Unpresidential at the minimum.
So, yeah.
I've had enough. Wednesday can't get here fast enough.
At all.
Look, I got a bad back and knees. I am willing to help them move out. I'm willing to go to D.C. if I can get past the war zone that they've now created in our country. We look like a third world country. You know how back in the day you'd watch nightly national news and they would be like scenes from this country and it would be dirt roads and armored cars and people in masks riding around with guns and what. That's how we look.
Yeah.
That's how we look to the world. Thanks to him.
That's leadership.
But I'm willing to help. And look, I can carry out some light stuff. I can get the pillows, the orange stained pillows. I can get them.
Man, look, the only thing I'm gonna help with is throwing it out the window.
I'm just saying, man. Wednesday can't get here soon enough. And look, by no means does this mean that the Biden Harris tickets gets a free pass, because y'all got some work to do.
Look, and been put into a negative, and as far as trying to get it done, coming in just in a deficit. No help.
Clinton
no transition.
did it. Clinton did it. Obama did it. Let's get to work. Huh? First thing you need to do is work on them student loans, though, son. Hook a brother up.
Look, come on.
Huh?
Yeah, he come on with it.
Look, if he helps me, I will help others. I will spend money at these local restaurants, these entrepreneurs who have put in their blood, sweat, and tears and their own capital to start their own business here in San Diego and surrounding suburbs. I will spend money with them. Therefore, they'll be better off for it. Now that is real trickle-down economics.
Now, is it true that, though? Is it true that it's only for state school? Loans taken at state schools? I heard something.
It's for government-owned loans. So if you owe the government, it can't be private. It can't be you owe Ally Bank. It's got to be you owe Sally Mae and them.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. Look, I'm still good, man. Look, until one of them come in and swoop it up. So
come swoop it up. I don't think they buy them, though. What happens is people have maxed out their government, and then they go private, right? They go get a private loan, or they consolidate, which would be dumb, because I mean, you're not getting better interest rate that you're getting from the government.
Yeah.
So, all right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening and watching the Getaway podcast with Tony, Sean, and Jeff. Please take a moment and subscribe and follow us on YouTube. Push the button right there. Right there. You can also follow us on social media, on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. You can also find our audio anywhere that you can listen to a podcast. Thank you again for following the Getaway podcast with Tony, Sean, and Jeff. Say word, son.
Word, son. Let me tell you something. People, we laugh at that because Jeff.
Don't point it out, man.
I'm pointing it out. It's so funny. You said you wanted to re-record it last week.
I know I did, but it's a good laugh when it comes through.
Jeff did that promo, and it was just me, him, and Tony on. We weren't like broadcasting live, and he gets up like he's a freshman and has to do a speech in front of the class in high school. And he's been doing this for months with us. Every month he goes out to the world. And he's on the video with us, and he can't talk.
But it's weird, man. I tell you, and the crazier part about it, I spent the better part of my working career, especially the early part, going out, sitting in front of 200-300 people doing these presentations. And it's just kind of like, I don't know, about something about recording my voice as far as solo, and I get frustrated. And so I'm separate. But so for those of you who don't know, when you're listening to the next time, you'll notice a light Boys to Men, a New Edition moment will be. That's me channeling my inner boy group days. So
my God, huh? What in the world is happening?
So we might have to go ahead and record it again. I'll just we'll say that one for the blooper reel.
We'll save it in perpetuity. That's so funny, man. It's unbelievable. Just you say that there's something about recording your voice by yourself, and I set this up to do I'm basically your sidekick. This is a solo pod.
Oh, you threw me up in here just straight on my own.
You are by yourself.
All while we separate going, you just had me set up all by myself, huh, bro?
Yes, I cannot be seen.
How'd you manage that?
I just snuck it in. I mean, I just had to redo everything. So I said, you know what? Let's just make him by himself, and I'll be like the producer in the back. You can't see him. Shine up your head. Let's go. I'm playing, man. I'm in here with you. I'm in here with you, man. I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, that's real. That's
see,
real bogus, bro.
I had to cut mine, man. I had to let it go.
Yeah.
And my hat wasn't fitting right. Too much hair.
Gotta embrace it, man.
Look, I got too much hair on the sides and back. But that top point in the back there, whoo,
that back on this piece right there.
It's like I had brain surgery. They had to get in there and shave it off. It's just growing back. I had to shut it down, dog. I got the reverse yarmulke.
You so sick. You got the George Jefferson going on there, huh?
No, like I can grow here, right?
Yeah.
So George was all of that.
Right, George was all that.
No, I still grow on the top. I can, sweep it to the side, get a couple waves if I wanted to. But it's just that very point in the back. It's bad.
Hilarious. Look, just don't start trying to get it twisted and dread it up.
Chico Bean style. You seen Chico Bean? Chico Bean is braiding his dome, dog. And his braids start back here where the top of my headset start.
No, that's too much.
Dog, he had the braid pulled down and going down the side like that.
That's what you just gotta let it go, man.
Bean was killing it. I need y'all to go out there and Google Chico Bean's braids.
Oh no.
Yeah, man. Fun stat that I heard the other day, because it's really cool. Look, it's a small coincidence, right? Your team gets blown out in the national championship, and now you can't be on the podcast. Huh? Your team gets smoked. Devontae Smith might still be scoring touchdowns.
Man, I feel like they just did not. And I know I picked Ohio State.
I'm trying to tell you.
And I even said that they would at least cover the spread.
Nope.
Who spread they covered? I don't know.
King size is what?
They covered Alabama's spread. How about that?
I don't want to get yet. I want to stick on the fact that this dude has been talking this Ohio State nonsense to you all season. And the first chance you can get on here to get on him, he decides not to show up. Let's talk about that.
He took a double whammy though.
Huh?
Not only did his college team lose, so did his pro squad.
See, that's what I'm saying. He's playing that emotionally absent game. I don't feel good. What your team's got smoked. I can't be on the pod today. Yeah, because Ohio State got properly beat down worse than Notre Dame did when they played Alabama. Because guess what? You know what didn't happen when Alabama played Notre Dame? Devontae Smith didn't run all over them.
Did they have Devontae Smith?
Yes, they did. He scored that one touchdown on the bubble, and the dude didn't even put a hand on him for 20 yards.
Man, I don't feel like they put a hand on him the entire game.
But it wasn't a whole game like that. Dog, that was just the first half. He broke his fingers the first series in the second half. If he'd have played the second half, he'd had 8 touchdowns.
He was in a mode, that's for sure.
They let a dude coming back from a broken ankle come out there and make catches on him. They were so shook.
Yeah. I don't know how I felt about that, though. They should let that boy sit. I get it. As a young man, you want to come out there, you want to play, you want to be a part of it. But longevity, long term of that.
You treat it like they did the center. You see how they did the center?
Yeah.
The center hurt his leg in the championship game. When it's time to take a knee, he said, "Coach, let me go in and snap the ball for the knee." Oh, he said, "Okay, go ahead."
Right.
He got 2 snaps. Waddle is a first-round NFL wide receiver. He had no business playing in that game
at all.
We get this whole speech all the time about protecting the players. That's why we can't have an 8-game playoff. All the time, all season, protect the players. COVID restrictions and rules and regulations. And the first opportunity we get, we put a kid out there who may not be ready to. They said he can run in straight lines fine. Okay, this ain't track. Right. In track, they ain't hitting you either.
And running a straight line in a football game will get you straight took out.
Right. He had zero. Nick Saban has the responsibility. And I don't care if his mama could have came in. If I was that head coach, his mama could have came and begged me to let him play, and I'd have said no. Sorry.
Yep.
You can be mad at me, but you won't be mad at me next year when you get that contract. And then 3 or 4 years after that, when you re-up, you won't be mad at me. This is not the Super Bowl. This is not Terrell Owens, where you're trying to win a ship. This is nothing compared to the rest of your life and the value you have. You are an entity. You are a business. Treat yourself as such.
Right. And it was crazy looking at all the tweets because they was all like, "Why are you out there?" No,
right. NFL guys like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, yeah.
So
that should not have happened.
2 fun facts. Devontae Smith. Does anybody remember Devontae Smith from about 3 years ago? He's the guy who caught that touchdown pass for Tua to win the national championship.
Yes.
As a freshman. And that's something. Comes full circle. Second fun fact. This is going to blow your mind if you haven't already heard it. Every Alabama player that has played under Nick Saban has won a national championship. If they stayed. Every recruit. Because for a while there was a pace, it was every other year.
Right.
Every recruit that has come to Alabama under Nick Saban has been a part of a national championship team. Put that in your pipe and smoke at Ohio State. This is a new phenomenon. Go do that. For all you guys who say Alabama ain't the greatest, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you got it once. Once.
That's good. That's one fact that I would have to say I've never heard.
That's a crazy stat.
That is. So if they stayed through.
Right? So they may not have won it freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, but they won it senior year. Or they won it freshman year and then they didn't win it for a few years. Or they won it as a sophomore and didn't win it, whatever. Right. What? That is crazy good. He's the GOAT. He's the best college coach ever. And there is no more debate. I don't care who you throw out there. Nick Saban. You could put Bo and Woody and
no, they wouldn't do that. But they would throw Urban.
You can't Urban. You can't. He's better than the Bear. Pete Carroll. He's the best. Rockney, all of them. Dog, every class?
Something.
Every class?
I can't even argue with it.
You know what that's worthy of, Jeff?
The claps.
Daggone right. Huh?
Yeah. Was that number 7 for him?
I don't know. I'm gonna give it to him again. Man, I can't get the claps right. Let me see if I can get it right, man. There it is. There it is. Now I'm gonna give it to him again. I gotta get the pictures right. Video, get my rock up there. Yeah. Morgan and the Rock. Charles Dutton. Shoot. That's a ridiculous stat.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
I had another one in my head, but I forgot what it was. It was a good one, too. I start writing these ideas down.
As they come up so you don't lose them.
Yes. Like that episode of Seinfeld where he's sleeping and he dreaming and he thinks of a joke and writes it down and he can't find the note. Let me tell you something about that show. That show is arguably one of the greatest shows ever made. And if you watch it, listen, and enjoy the show, you'll find out that it's all based on real life stuff. You go, yeah, I can see that happening. He had an episode where the dry cleaner's wearing his clothes. He's like, what? Is that my coat?
That's funny.
Huh?
That's funny. You know what? I never watched Seinfeld, man.
It's a different humor, man, and then you go in there and it's him and Larry David created that show, and then you watch. Have you ever watched Curb Your Enthusiasm on HBO?
No,
My God. So Larry David, the co-creator, co-writer, and all that stuff of Seinfeld, George Costanza was based loosely off of him.
Okay.
So you don't watch the show, so you don't get George is the guy who's always in some mix, some kind of mess and weirdo stuff and awkward stuff happens to him all the time. Life is unfair to him. And he's always arguing and fighting with somebody. And then Curb Your Enthusiasm is just Larry David walking around living life, and he's always into something. It's so hilarious. Good. It went off the air at HBO. The audience begged HBO to bring it back, and they brought it back. It was that good.
All right, I'm gonna look it up.
Check it out.
See if I can find it.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to Getaway Podcast with Tony, Sean, and Jeff. Hit that subscribe button right there when you're on the YouTube channel. Like, share, comment, engage with us. We love when you do that. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like, comment, share, engage with us there as well. You can also hear the audio anywhere you can hear a podcast. We are also available on your Alexa-enabled devices. Thanks for listening to the show. Say word, son. Word, son.
Word, son.
All right. I've done my TV bit. I've still got stuff I want to talk about TV-wise. Have you watched that new movie, One Night in Miami, on Amazon Prime?
Not yet. No, I'm probably trying to get her to watch it tonight.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's those kind of movies I love because it's history for us.
Yeah, they say it's loosely based.
Well, yeah,
like they actually had them. They met, but it's from different perspectives or one of their perspectives.
So whose perspective are you getting if three of them are dead? Well, Jim, right? So,
but I think they said like I feel like they said that like I guess each one of them wrote about it in their own biographies.
Right. So they pieced it all together.
And I think they pieced it together from that. Yeah.
I can see that. And it's one of those movies that, like, okay, so do you still tell people that we wrote a movie?
Man, I forgot about our movie. So I need to pull our script back out.
Do you have it? Because I don't think you have it. I asked for
it. It should still be in my email. And then I feel like I saved it into my drives. I'm pretty sure I still have it.
Jeff, if you have that movie, and I haven't gotten it from you since early 2000s, I'm going to drive up to Chicago and be waiting on you in the back. I've been trying to get that script. Like Jesse sent me bits and pieces of stuff, but I lost it. My computer crashed. And then the floppies, you know how floppies act.
Oh yeah. After about a year, they done.
Yeah. So I couldn't get it. And then I tried to pull the hard drive and do a recover, and I can only recover bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, we wrote a movie back in the early 2000s. Me, Jeff, and Jesse. And we wrote it. It was really weird. I was in Ohio. Jeff was in Tennessee. I mean, Jesse was in Tennessee, and Jeff was in. Were you in Indiana or Illinois?
I was still here. I was in Illinois.
Okay, so we would get into. I was laid off. This was when the housing market was going nuts, and I was in between jobs, so I had all the time. And Jesse was working third shift at the sheriff's office, and you were the only one at work. So we would hop into Yahoo Messenger. Am I dating us? Are we dating ourselves?
Yeah, we were dating ourselves on that one.
We would hop into Yahoo Messenger and open up two chats, right? So we would have a chat where we would spit out our ideas, thoughts, and names of characters and settings and scenes and how we're going to approach these things. And then we would have a chat that was, okay, here's what this person's going to say. Here's how we're going to respond. Okay, put that over there. And we would put it into that chat, and that would be the actual script. And then I would copy it and paste it and save it. So we finished the movie. and my computer crashes. Jesse's only saved a few pieces, and I thought you said you didn't have it, but I'll let you look through it and see if you can come up with it.
Yeah, if I find it, I'll forward it to you, man.
So that movie, One Night in Miami, it reminds me of something that we would have done, because the way they shot it is there's not a whole lot of scenes as far as settings, right? It's you see some scenes where he's at a pool, he's in a boxing ring, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown is at a house, Malcolm isn't in a lot of places, he's at his house at the end, and then
Sam Cooke
he's performing a couple times, but it's mostly done in a hotel room after one of Muhammad Ali's fights. So that's where most of the movie is shot, and all the acting is done. So that's what I was thinking, like, man, it didn't cost a lot of money to make. It's easy to write.
Right.
And it was a good movie. I enjoyed it, because I love those, especially that time period. I love that. But our movie, if you can find that, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to find it.
Golly. Our movie was 5 friends, 4 of them in law enforcement. One of them was the street guy, and they were kind of based off of people. They kind of had our characters, our personalities in each character. And I'm not gonna name names and who's who and who's what. But if you know us, you know who the street guy is. So
wasn't me.
So the concept was, we were split, we had all, grown up and had families and working our jobs, but we were kind of spread out across the country. And we decided we're going to do a guy's vacation. We're going to go on a cruise. You remember that? Mm-hmm. We had scenes where each guy would show up to the airport, to the respective airport, and the type of vehicle, and it kind of determined their personality right away. So we all get to the spot where we're traveling. There's jokes. We get on the cruise ship, and it goes down, right?
Drama.
Obviously, there's some kind of connection between one of the fellas and a young lady who works on the cruise, right? There's a connection there. There's some jokes there, and then there's drama because the girl's brother is tied in with these dudes, and he gets in a little bit of trouble, and one of the fellas sees it, and then the fight is on, right? Now it's some action. And we're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Why is this all happening? We'll come to find out that the person who owns that cruise line is a drug dealer. And that's how he's moving his drugs. Man, this is good. I want to go see this movie. So once we find out, we're out at sea. We're in the middle of the ocean. Where are we going to go? It's a fight. It's the fellas and old girl and her brother, we get them safe. It's a fight. The fellas are trying to navigate the ship and avoid, they're looking for them. They've cut off all access. You can't make calls out. They shut off all the Wi-Fi, cell phone towers, nothing. You can't call nobody. You got to fight. And it was a fight. We won, obviously.
Of course.
But think Bad Boys, right? On a cruise ship. Some jokey jokes, some action. I thought it was great.
Look,
I let someone read it, and they liked it a lot. Worst come to worst, could have been a little book.
Well, we can always turn it into a book.
I'm gonna put you in charge of finding that, Jeff.
We'll try.
I've been trying to get you and Jesse together and rewrite something else. How many times have I sent an idea out like, hey, I got this idea?
Frequently.
But life has happened to my brothers. All these kids, they ain't got no time for nothing.
Look, 2 of y'all got it right. 2 of y'all got, well, no, Jesse still got one more. That's it, but look.
But the burden is lessened. The burden is lessened because guess what? That dude is self-sufficient now.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
Jesse told me, man, that dude's got his own setup in his room. He can hardly see him. I was talking to him. He's like, why is this dude using my bathroom? He said, we got all these bathrooms. He done walk down here and use my bathroom in my room. I said, you know what you got to do now? Yeah, go up there and use his restaurant. Drop your bomb up in that mud. Payback, son. Dad, why you using my bathroom? Payback, son.
I just need you to know.
Door wide open, too. No air freshener. You got to give him that work. You got to give him that work. These are life lessons, man. You can't use another man's bathroom. You got your own.
Oh, man. Use your own.
Use your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our thing, man. And look, we were writing that movie. I was like, man, we're going to be on Oprah.
Gonna blow up. We just knew knew that was gonna be our come up right there.
We're gonna be on Oprah. We're gonna have our moms on Oprah. That's how long ago that was. Oprah was still on.
You old.
You are old, son. You are old. I do have another movie concept.
All right, well, don't share it to everybody in the world, man. Let's just get it down on some paper and let's start making it happen.
Well, I'm just saying, man. I need somebody to cooperate. I got writer's block. I've tried to write that thing, probably 10 times. I think I might have the first couple scenes.
Yeah.
Man, I can't.
All right.
I can't finish it.
Let's come up with something there.
It's tough. It was easy when it was you guys. It was easy because, if I didn't have something, you had something. If you didn't have something, he had something. And if he didn't have something, I had something.
Right.
It was easy. But if I don't have something now, then it just ain't gonna be nothing.
It's gonna sit there for a minute until it comes back.
Nothing there. Writer's block, man. It's really weird because I can sit here and talk all day long. But if I want to get like precise, can't get it on paper.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I understand that one.
It's no worse feeling, man. All right, man.
I understand.
So, the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. So wait a minute. I picked Kansas City and Green Bay to make it to the Super Bowl. You picked. Do you remember?
Kansas City and Green Bay.
Okay. And on top of that, I said I contradicted myself, but I wind up picking Kansas City. But I did say that the Buffalo Bills looked really loose.
Mm-hmm.
And then you killed my vibe and said, yeah, they look tight against Colts. I was like, all right, thanks, Joe. But then yesterday, they came out and they looked loose.
Yeah, they did. Throughout the whole game.
And if the Ravens don't get Lamar Jackson some help, it can't be Des Bryant. Des Bryant can't be the guy you signed.
Yeah.
They need to get him some help. The tight end I like the tight ends. Mm-hmm. They got one big guy and one semi big guy. They need a real number one wide receiver. They got running backs galore.
Mm-hmm. They need that outside threat.
I even like the backup quarterback. He probably would have been number 3 behind RG3, but Huntley did a good job.
Yeah.
They need a real threat for him. And if they don't, they're going to waste him.
Mm-hmm.
But that kid, man, that Josh Allen kid, all he needs is more reps.
Mm-hmm.
He's good, Jeff.
Yeah, he's good.
He's big bodied. You blitz him. Yeah. If you blitz him with a skill guy, he ain't bringing him down.
And he's got enough athleticism to go with the size. He reminds you of an early Cam Newton.
I was gonna say
an early Cam, right? Because Cam, when he came out, was big. He was quick.
Yeah. You know what the mix is? If you mix them, it's a combination of Cam and Roethlisberger. Because the way see, Cam wasn't gonna let you come in there and hit him. He was just gonna take off on you.
Right.
Ben will let you come in there and hit him. He's gonna shake you off and then throw it 50 yards. That's what he does now. Yeah. But also, if he wants to, he could turn a corner on you and get ghost like Cam.
Well, yeah. Oh, you still talking about
Josh Allen?
Yeah. I would say Ben ain't turning no corner
right.
on nobody.
So he's been in a sense of, if you send a small guy, it ain't gonna work.
Right.
But if you let him loose, if you don't keep him in the pocket or come up and support, he can take off and get downfield like Cam.
Right.
And then when he throws that ball, man, it's just a flick of the wrist. He's got a cannon.
Yeah, he looked good.
And he's got a real number one receiver too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. And the defense isn't bad.
And a nice little slot receiver too.
Yeah. Beasley.
So yeah, man.
That scares me because they can score. If Kansas City plays defense like they played today and letting them run all over them in the second half,
right,
they could be in trouble.
Well, especially if
Baker Mayfield don't scare nobody.
Well, I'm just saying, my thing is now at this point, the health of Mahomes. That's going to be a big.
Well,
I think that'd be a big factor.
I think even with Mahomes, right? Cleveland did what they did. Look, they got cute and they got away from the run in the first half. They got back to it, and that's what led them back into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield doesn't scare anyone, and Cleveland kind of hung around. I get it. Mahomes was out. But the way they did what they did to Pittsburgh 2 weeks in a row with the running game, it ain't because of Baker Mayfield. The Bills have a quarterback, and that's what scares me. They can score points.
Right.
The Chiefs might be in trouble. Like you said, if Mahomes is a little shaky,
if they got to depend on Henny and
Michigan quarterbacks.
I know. But if that's where it's gonna lie, they'll have to figure out a way to open up the ball, open up the offense with it, because that little lob he threw in the end zone, like a punt.
Yeah.
It was funny because we
did
were
the
just sitting there
receiver
watching.
Stop? I think the receiver stopped too, though.
He said, "Man, it was a bad throw."
I was like, "What are you doing?"
I mean, if he was starting to throw it away, he still was. It was just a bad throw. He should have threw it all the way out the back of the end zone.
And then my response on Facebook was, "You know who would be a great backup quarterback in Kansas City?
Where's number 7?
Afro Man." Here we go.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Getaway podcast with Tony,
in
Sean,
his
and
absence.
Jeff. Do us a favor and hit the subscribe button right there on YouTube. Like it, share it. We appreciate it. Right there. Still right there. All right. Also, you can follow us on any social media platform. For instance, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. And last but not least, you can check out the audio on pretty much anywhere where you can listen to podcasts. So once again, subscribe, like, share, Getaway Podcast with Tony and Sean and Jeff.
Jeff, say where's son?
Look, you got my and Tony's and Jeff.
Afterthought having butt. What's wrong with him?
Oh man,
still ain't seen them t-shirts. He got time now. He got all the time in the world, Tone. Just some t-shirts. Aaron Rodgers looked like the man.
Yeah, State Farm is pulling for both Kansas City and Green Bay right now.
A replay of Super Bowl 1 and 2, right?
All we don't see is Aaron Rodgers and
be some good commercials.
Mahomes.
Be some good commercials.
State Farm all night long.
It'd be some good commercials. Speaking of commercials, I saw Baker Mayfield's new commercial. See that one during the game? You were out.
Is that the one with sitting there playing video games on the stadium?
They were like, turn it down, and they were complaining.
Could you imagine?
Man, it would be so fun. They had all the lights out, just the stadium on, the Jumbotron. I'm starting to like them daggone commercials.
Yeah.
When he has to go back in and they make him go through security 3 times. He's like, I was just here. It's me, it's Baker. Sorry, sir. They called him sir in his own house.
But when it starts raining, he's like, hurry up, we can get them all covered.
Daggone it. Don't make me like Baker Mayfield because I don't like him.
Hey, I tell you what, though. I forgot about that Oklahoma-Texas Tech game.
A lot of touchdowns. Do you remember how many touchdowns?
There was 14 between the two of them.
Oh, my gosh.
And then I think they said 1,800 yards between the two of them, between passing and rushing. I was just like, I forgot all about that.
Big 12.
735 yards passing.
Big 12, baby. Big 12 football.
Can you imagine how many up downs? Look, how many gassers the defense ran down?
And look, at some point in time, your coach has got to say, you know what, we can't do that to these kids because we're going to give up 7-8 touchdowns a game. That's Big 12 football now. Well, although it's changed. It's starting to
Yeah.
change. You're starting to see that change.
Yeah.
Where it's not as many. Like Iowa State didn't give up a whole lot of touchdowns. Baylor doesn't score like they used to because
No.
Browse is gone, and Kansas State with Schneider, he's gone now. You know Kansas ain't gonna do nothing. Texas hadn't scored anything. Oklahoma's the only one who's really still doing. And Oklahoma State this year they didn't score a lot of points. They usually are high flying too. It's starting to change there. You're starting to see that start to happen more in the Big Ten, and SEC is wild too. It's crazy. Now. It's crazy. Yeah, your dude, man. Your dude decides not to show up. I'll bring it up again. Your team gets wiped, and you don't want to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
He did get his record player, though.
Did he pick it up?
He got the record player. He got some speakers. I said, "You got a record?" He said, "Yep." He said, I said, "What's your record?" His first record he got was Journey. Greatest hits.
Okay. Really?
That's not bad.
No,
that's not bad. That's not a bad start. But I think he's gonna go. I think he said maybe his next one might be something Gap Band or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna probably wind up doing greatest hits on those.
On those.
It's kind of hard if you don't grow up listen to it. Like I didn't grow up listen. I remember hearing the Gap Band, so I couldn't go out and buy just a particular Gap Band album.
Right.
And say, yeah, I'm gonna start getting all the Gap Bands. And I would probably do greatest hits. Like I would probably do Earth, Wind, and Fire's greatest hits on the album type thing versus individual albums. The stuff that I grew up on, Michael, Prince, I would try. Problem with Prince is he got so much music out. You could spend a whole lot of money trying to buy all those albums.
Yeah, especially now. I'm sure it's a lot harder to come across and a lot more expensive.
And the thing is, man, I think they're releasing more of that stuff though, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's some stuff out there that he's got out there, and you didn't even realize that he was there, but he was there. They got some live sets, and it's not even the name. His name doesn't appear anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I think I need to get back into the swing of it. I was looking at it more. I sent you guys the Michael link in Amazon.
Yeah.
I need to give me some Michael or something.
I might have to hurry up and make the move.
Audio files. That's what they call us. When you start loving the sound, like, do you like the sound in your headphones? You can't hear yourself, can you?
No, I can't hear myself.
Do you listen to the pod?
I do listen to the pod.
Do you like the way it sounds?
I do.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's a certain crispness. And when I hear myself, especially when you get a good microphone and it makes your voice really clear, and Eva's holding her forehead. People have said my voice is warm. The quote was, "You have a beautiful voice. It is very warm."
Very warm.
And she's like, "Put your feet back down on the ground, Poppy. Get your heads up in the sky. I got the big head." I'm just saying what somebody else said. I just enjoy the sound of it, the pod itself.
Man, look, so we did a recording at the church. We were doing this recording for like Black History Month. And so they had alumni from historically black colleges.
Yeah.
And then they had some of us that were Greeks, involved in Black Greek organizations.
Right.
So they had us all come out, say something about like my organization is Black history, and then give a little history about it, so on and so forth. So apparently I must have been talking. And then I was going, and they said from the point at which I started talking to the point where I started recording, apparently my voice went from here to here.
Just in the quiet storm at the church.
They was like, "Hey man, what happened to your voice when you was recording?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" They was like, "Your voice just went lower." I said, "It did."
Jeff, you can't even have a quiet storm at the church, man.
Like, I didn't even know. But the funny thing is, I didn't even know it happened, man. I was just talking. They was like, "Did y'all hear his voice just drop?" I was like, "Ah." So,
you got a warm
funny.
voice too. Yours is warm like mine. Tony's,
So
I don't know how to describe Tony's because I'm not in music. It's people who deal with music or deal in TV. Those are the ones who told me. Because I would have never said warm.
Right.
Your voice is warm. Because I have no experience in that. So
Right.
I don't know what Tony's voice is. But he sits so far back from his microphone, you can't hardly tell what he's talking about because he's way back there. With these microphones, you got to be a certain distance. That's why you keep seeing me moving mine, because it opens up. We had this talk last week about
You told me about how it opens and closes.
But your voice is deeper than mine, and it's warm. So you was in the church.
Like I said, man, I don't even know where it came from.
You was in the church hitting with the Barry White.
I felt like I was just talking normal. They was like, "Your voice is deep." They was like, "He went from here to here." And I was like, "I don't know where, how." But
so it's either you trying to be sexy or the nerves was kicking in like you did the promo.
It was probably the nerves kicking in. Like I said, it's funny though. You know, like when we sing, it's like just us talking right now, right?
Right.
Versus a recording.
Right.
And it's just me, like in that case, it was like me standing there against this white backdrop just talking. And it's just like
so when we do the promo, I just gotta tell you, just do it. And how am I gonna trick you into thinking it's not being recorded?
Oh, you're not gonna be able to trick me. I just have to do it. It just might end up taking us 30 takes, but I'll get it out.
It took me a handful. Tony's thinking it was gonna be all easy. It wasn't easy, right? I'd get on there and mess it up.
He was over there going good, and then he goes, "Oh, and Jeff."
Yeah, that's right. And then he was like, "I don't want to do it again." Yeah, keep that one. What? It is not easy. It's not easy. It's a cold world.
Yeah, man. So look. So what do you think about this thing about the Harden to the Nets trade?
I think Harden needs to get into some shape. I heard he balled out though.
Yeah, he did. He dropped he had a 30-point triple-double. But the thing is, Kyrie wasn't playing still. I think Kyrie's still out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens once they got all three of them back on the court.
What's wrong, Kyrie?
Well, you know, I think he was still angry about the everything going on. So it started off as a slight protest, I think.
Shannon Sharp called him Kanye Irving. Huh?
Oh man, that's funny.
So, yeah, I'm not a fan of the old lumping up. So now they're going to be guaranteed to come out the East. I mean, that's no guarantee they come out the East.
I don't know if they're guaranteed. I mean, I think it'll make it tighter.
Yeah,
they still got to,
they got to deal with Boston.
You still need
Miami.
a bench. You still need a bench.
And Milwaukee
and Miami, I think,
and
are
Boston.
still tight.
Yeah.
So,
Slim Reaper can't do it all, man.
And the thing is, you look at even LA. LA's loaded. They got a pretty loaded squad.
Yeah.
They still taking some lumps. It's all about that chemistry and when you click.
Right.
I don't know. Like I said, you look at teams and you start to wonder like where all the shots don't come from.
Right.
And that's the Nets is one of those teams. Somebody's gonna have to give up the shot.
Well, I think it can be coached, and it's a matter of coaching and philosophy because we know not one person said that Golden State who ain't got enough balls. They didn't nobody say that. They just went out there and started shooting.
Yeah.
Nobody complained. The only time there was a problem was when KD wasn't saying whether he was going to re-up or not.
Right.
And that was your boy Green.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was kind of bugged.
Hold on.
What you got?
Bleacher Report. Jay Glazer says Drew Brees will retire after the season. It's a GOAT. They used to have all these ceremonies back in the day. You get to see your favorite quarterback get there and do his retirement and be in tears and you be all watery-eyed. They don't do that no more.
No.
They just be like, I'm out. It's over. The machine don't
away.
stop. Yeah.
Walk away.
I did get to see Brett Favre at one of his many.
Yeah.
He teared up, but I was like, hey, man, you see a tough guy like that tear up. It's a little tough to watch.
Yeah.
A little tough to watch. So if he's gone, that means Taysom Hill takes over, man. Taysom Hill was cold in college, but he got 2 ACLs. And they're saying arguably he might be the best athlete on the team.
Wow.
But I don't know if he can sling it good enough.
I don't know if he can put the team on his back like that though.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think that's where that's going.
That's a Drew Brees. That's Drew Brees offense. They need a guy like that. They need a Patrick Mahomes type.
Yeah.
To come in there and sling that rock.
They have to change up the offense. You know, it's one of those things where you lose a quarterback like that, you got to change your system a little bit.
You do, because you ain't getting that in the draft.
Right.
You're in the playoffs. You ain't getting that in the draft.
Nope.
Speaking of drafts,
and then
Urban Meyer to Jacksonville.
Yes.
Had that debate on social media where people was talking about, Justin Fields gonna be the number 1 pick. No, he ain't.
No, he's not.
I told
Trevor Lawrence.
I told E. Brown. He was saying, yeah, but I was going back. I was trying to express that just because Justin Fields went to Ohio State and Urban Meyer might have sent him a letter and recruited him doesn't mean he's going to take him.
Right.
And there were people are like, yeah, he didn't recruit him. That's not his guy. That's somebody else. He did recruit him. Mm-hmm. Urban was done in 18, and Justin Fields signed with Georgia in 18. You can't tell me that a 5-star quarterback didn't get a letter from Ohio State. Right. He may not have got offered, but he got a letter. He got a phone call.
Definitely, probably even had the visit.
I don't think he had a visit. I tried to look it up. I didn't see a visit. I didn't even see him listed as offered, right? Because it's got like 20 teams that were that offered him. Ohio State wasn't on the list, but it doesn't mean he didn't get a call.
Right.
Right. It doesn't mean that an assistant coach wasn't at a game watching him play. 5-star guy who can run and throw like him fits perfect, just as we've seen the last 2 years in Ohio State's offense. Yeah. So my guess is he got a call. The only Big Ten school that looked at him was Penn State.
Really?
Yeah.
Fields?
Yeah. Well, as far as like getting an offer, they gave him an offer, and he had a visit. He was in their they were in his top 5, I do believe. And that's the power. That's the power of that coach.
Idea of what people looking for as far as a quarterback.
That's right.
So
that's right.
You know.
So yeah, Urban to Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence is still the number 1 pick. Like I told Eric, he got bills to pay. I'm not taking a guy just because he went to my school. We saw Pete Carroll not take man, I can never remember that dude's name. Taylor Mays. USC safety that was big, a little bit rangy for college. He was like Sean Taylor type, try to hit you, and we saw Pete Carroll not pick him. And Taylor Mays had the nerve to get mad at him. He was like, "Look, I got bills to pay, son. I got to take the best player. I can't take the best player from my college that I coached. I take the best player."
Right.
Trevor Lawrence will be in that Jacksonville jersey. Period, point blank.
Yep.
And he can do some of that stuff. All that stuff that those coaches in the NFL are pulling, Lamar Jacksons and even Patrick Mahomes got hurt today, running option. I'm gonna say it again. Patrick Mahomes, MVP of the league, got hurt running the option. How dumb is that?
Yeah.
But Trevor Lawrence can do all that stuff. If you need him to move around a little bit, he can do all that stuff that Urban would want him to do on a lesser scale.
Right.
He's a pro-style dude. There's no way Justin Fields goes over him. I would bet a paycheck on it.
I ain't betting no paycheck, but I agree with you.
I would bet a paycheck on it. Now, I'll bet the paycheck. You may not get the money, but I'll bet the paycheck. Ain't gonna happen.
Man. No.
It's not.
No. Not if you want to look. Not now for the long term of it. No.
No way.
And again, and we look at our history and look at the history of Ohio State quarterbacks in the league.
Failures.
Especially if I look at the most recent one.
Failure. But that's a failure. That's a failure in leadership. I think that cost him most of it, and then a combination of his immaturity.
Yeah.
Right. You're in the middle of a pandemic, and you are out at the boom boom room. Huh? And then they need you to play, and you go out there and stink it up.
Yeah, and have a tantrum about it at that.
Right. So instead of, I got demoted, let me go work harder, let me study more, let me get back to where I was.
Right.
I'm kicking it.
Yeah.
So that's a bad combination with coaching, all the coaching changes, all the offensive coordinator changes, bad ownership, because they're always getting sued over some kind of harassment.
Look, DeMarcus Russell.
Yeah.
That's who he basically looked like at this point.
Yeah.
Talent out the wazoo.
Right.
Can't get it right.
Can't get right.
So we'll see what happens. See if he'll get picked up by somebody, I'm sure.
That's right. I've had enough, Jeff. I'm going to go back here and watch the rest of this game.
All right, bro. I'm with you.
Hey, Tony, when you're ready to come back and discuss what happened to your Buckeyes, we'll be here.
We'll be here.
We are holding the spot for you and that topic. Hey.
And there'll be no talking about Michigan or anybody else.
No, we ain't talking about that.
We just don't talk about that.
We talk about your team. Hold on. You hear that? You hear that air horn?
Yes, sir.
Devontae Smith just scored again. I'm just saying. We ain't playing with you, Tone. Bring your butt on the show. You better take you some put some tussin on it.
Put some tussin.
Put some tussin on it so you can get back to the show. Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
vitamin C.
This is episode. I have no idea. I'll figure it out.
28.
Yes, because last week was Eddie George. Marshall Faulk. Episode Marshall Faulk of the Getaway Podcast with Tony, Sean, and Jeff. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week. As always, you can find us at all the social media platforms, anywhere you can hear a podcast, on your Alexa devices. Hey, like, share, comment, engage with us. We love it. Say words, son.
Words, son.